has been a journey to get to this point, and I don't even know if I got to the finish line yet. I can only hope at this point because this is the third time I am filming this video. First, let me break down the whole process and idea because I was very inspired by the viral reverse makeup transformations that were trending here in Asia, where girls would use wax, face tape, hair, makeup, and just totally transform themselves into an almost completely different person. Kind of what I do, according to some of you guys, with just my regular daily makeup. And also Miss Gay Matte's iconic Bratz doll makeup. I will be using some of those techniques in my eyes today. And Nikki Tutorials for leading me to Miss Gay Matte. She also did an anime makeup video. Pretty much anytime I do a makeup video, you can assume that Nikki Tutorials inspired it somehow because she is forever and always my inspiration. I also got to give myself a little credit because I've mastered the big eye dolly look. I wore it pretty much every day for 4 years a year ago. All right, speech over. I feel like I'm accepting an Oscar or something. I hope I completed this makeup at least, and then it's like I'm getting a reward to myself. Mikey too. I should thank Mikey from Glam & Gore because she also inspired me to start dabbling into special effects, which I realized I'm not that good at.
It isn't working at all. Oh. Ugh. I just went through like the whole path. Oh. Oh my god. My face hates me. Okay, nothing's working. I feel like I missed a step in sealing the nose or something because it's really hard to add foundation to it because it's still soft. What is happening?
After failing to create this look for a full 2 days, I started feeling like I was losing my ability into faking that I'm a beauty guru to people that don't really watch my videos. So I decided to get away to Japan, find my zen and some inspiration, and it came to me in an art gallery. Drag queens. At the beginning of the video, I want to tape up my face to get a more snatched, V-shaped anime jawline. And this tape just wasn't doing it for me, and as soon as one thing wasn't working, it just was a downward spiral effect because I kind of started losing hope. And there is this drag queen called Miss Fame on RuPaul's Drag Race, and she uses this face tape. So if she can put this on and it lasts through all of her performances, then it's gonna last me through a YouTube video. So with this, I am very excited because I feel like this is gonna work. I've done a lot of research on the nose and wax scar. I feel like I can do it. Now it's just up to the makeup, but I'm feeling very optimistic and excited to get this idea from my head to my face. That is the same thing. From my brain to the front of my face. So get ready, because if Tay Tay 1.0 scared you, this is about to give you nightmares. Having nightmares with your eyes wide open. 12 o'clock, let's go. Let's see how long this is gonna take me. Okay, so I am going to start with my good old nose wax. I'm just taking a chunk of this Ben Nye nose wax and I'm gonna warm it up in my hand to soften it. It's just a very little ball. My main goal for my nose is to create a higher point and just lift it and create that really arched, high-tipped, pinched anime nose look. So I'm just gonna add a bit of spirit gum to my nose so that it sticks. I'm actually so excited for this. Like, genuinely, I woke up and was like, I can't wait to start this look. It's been so long. Every now and then my inner Tay Tay like comes out and I have to suppress her down. But today I feel like she is living more than ever. Okay, we're just gonna let that get a bit tacky before we stick it on. Placing it in the middle of my nose. One thing that really helps is using Vaseline. One of you guys commented, I wish I remember who you were. You can let me know because I want to personally thank you because this saved my life. When you guys commented to use Vaseline, if you just put this all over your fingers, you can sculpt nose wax like you're in Ghost and you're sculpting the really nice sculpture thing they do. Like, it is so much easier. So I'm just putting it at the very tip of my nose and I'm lightly pressing it down to create the shape I want. Kind of doing like a triangle shape. Not only is it easier to mold the wax, but it makes the wax really smooth and blend into your skin so it looks really realistic. Okay, I think I'm happy with this shape. Look at that. Does it look like an anime nose? Sorry if I have any nose hairs offending you, by the way. I noticed that when I filmed the last 2 times and I actually tried to shave them today, but it was kind of hard and I didn't get them all. Anyways, nose is ready to go. So I'm gonna set the nose with liquid latex just to harden it so it doesn't go anywhere. Oh, this hardens right away. Oh no, it's making it really crusty. I'm not having another fail. Oh my god. I'm gonna just do that because I'm making things worse. Right, my nose is a little crusty from the latex. Maybe you're not supposed to use latex to set it, but let's just pretend I'm an anime with a dry nose. Hopefully the makeup's gonna cover it though. Ooh, this is getting bright. Okay, so now I wanna make a pointed chin. So now my chin's a little sharper and more V-shaped, and I am going to set it with latex again. We're 1 hour in, wax is done. I've made a protein shake to give me the energy to keep going. So now that this is done, I am going to start the makeup. So let's start with foundation. I'm just gonna use my regular foundation, Cover FX Natural Finish Foundation. This is cracking, oh my god. I need to redo this chin. So something's not right with this nose wax. I feel like I shouldn't have used the latex on top. It's just peeling apart.
Today's Beauty Vibes lesson is on how to use nose and scar wax.
So pretend that didn't happen. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna try this again tomorrow. So we need to use a specific latex apparently. This one I used yesterday is used to stick on bald caps and create a stipple effect. This is the one I need, which I got last night. Is a clear latex from Benai. So today we're gonna use that. It's now day 4 of attempting this look, and honestly, I'm not that mad because each day I learn something. On day 1, I learned how to easily mold wax by using Vaseline. On day 2, I learned I need to seal that nose wax if I want to apply makeup so that it doesn't move around and melt. And on day 3, I learned that not all latex is created equal. I'm going to take a smaller chunk today and just really focus on the tip and not bring it up too high. So I noticed also the chin, I'm gonna make it a lot smaller and just focus on the point only. On areas where you move your face around a lot, I guess I moved my chin quite a bit because it would start to wrinkle and crinkle. So I'm not gonna make a big chin, just a little pointy tip today. Going in with a different approach, less is more. I think today, no matter what happens, I'm just gonna keep going. If it looks like shit, I'm just gonna finish this look because even just finishing this look will make me feel like I accomplished something, whether it looks good or not at this point. And I decided I want to use these gigantic contact lenses. I practiced last night without them because I wanted to see what I was doing for the makeup. Let's hope I can recreate that today with them in because I can't really see. You'll see why in a second. Boom, done. Fastest, that was record. Okay, and I clear latex. Just a really thin coat. Chin. Okay, let's seal this puppy. Whew, done. First step is done. Okay, next step is to put in my contact lenses, which is gonna be another battle. First, get it. The huge, you might need 2 fingers to balance it because it's huge. But the easiest way to slide these in is to slide this part in. Which side should I? Get this part in first. How?
Pull back your lashes. Lift up your upper lid. Oh my god. I'm crying. I feel like I'm on Ninja Warrior. Each step is more difficult than the last. Only the strongest weebs will survive. I give up. Oh, I really want to use them though, they're so expensive. Okay, I'm trying one more time. Oh my god. Oh my god, I got them in. I'm crying, my nose is running. They're not that bad actually. I put them in at night, later in the day before, and they bothered me more. I have to say in the morning when you've used your eyes less maybe and your eyes aren't as tired from the day, the morning feels a lot easier. You can see there's like a little circle for my pupil to peek through. And I can just see a little bit of a black outline when I'm looking out, but it's not that bad, like I can see. Okay, let's go. So excited.
Oh, it's so scary, babe.
What, my nose, my chin, or my eyes?
Everything.
Aren't you glad I didn't realize this stuff like 3 years ago? I would have done it every day. No stopping now, there's no turning back. No matter what happens, I'm gonna keep going forward. Why did I have to do that? No! I have to redo the chin. I'm not gonna do the chin. Alright, let's do foundation. I'm gonna use this brush just to... I'm just quickly concealing any blemishes or acne scars. Oh, this nose is a mess, but we'll get there. I'm gonna take a very thin brush and a dark brown color, and I'm gonna draw in my new eye shape. I'm extending it out slightly down because I notice in anime girls and even Japanese girls in general with makeup, they tend to wing it slightly down rather than up, and I think that gives a very innocent puppy eye look rather than a sexy cat eye. Then I'm gonna take my Ben Nye Clown White paint and I'm gonna fill in my new eye. I'm just gonna go in and shade because your eyes aren't bright white. I'm gonna add in a little bit of shading with a beige color here and maybe mix in some grays just to give it more dimension. So I wanna put the darker colors in the outer edges so the eyes look more 3D and around the socket looks more into my head. I'm gonna go ahead and outline this with black liner. Now I'm just gonna create the waterline. Draw my new iris. It's so hard to draw because I kind of can't see. But what I'm trying to do is make them slightly elongated, more oval shape than circle. Because I notice a lot of anime girls, their irises are like longer. You know when you're doing an eye test and they test like your left and right eye and they hold something over one eye and the thing moves? That's what's happening right now because this one keeps moving over. So sometimes I'm only looking out of this side, sometimes only this side, sometimes both. So things are like moving around. This is very difficult. Okay. Moving on to upper eyelid shading. And you want to shade just below your eyebrows. This is gonna be your new eyelid crease. Adding lots of shadow on the outer
corners, cut a new crease. Now I'm gonna add a darker color to the outside corners, a black. And some eyeliner. For the eyeliner, you're just painting your whole upper eyelid. I'm just adding some black eyeshadow on it. And I'm just adding a little line where my new eyelid crease would be.
I'm just adding back in some more white around the outline. And also the brow bone.
So for the iris, I'm gonna try and match this color. I've got the Morphe 35B palette here. I'm just gonna use some of these blues and mix them.
I'm just adding some white liner to my waterline.
And then where there's blue, I'm gonna add some blue eyeshadow on top.
And I'm also gonna add some dark blue to this middle part where it connects with the pupil.
Using this pink color, add a tiny bit to this inside corner. Going back in with that same brown color. Gonna add it under the eye. And using a super thin brush, I'm gonna dip it in the white paint. And I'm just gonna add some shiny details into the waterline. Okay, I feel like that made the eyes come to life even more. I'm very happy with this so far. Okay, eyelashes. I think I'm gonna cut up ones like this and then individually place them. I'm trying to think how I want them because anime girls tend to have their lashes just in the center, I noticed. Basically, this look can take forever. You can spend all day. The more details you add, the cooler it looks. So you can spend a long, long time. I especially think adding colors into the white part, like I said, the shading, because when you're painting a picture, I remember this from art classes I took when I was younger, an eye is never just plain white. You need to add colors that surround it because it will reflect different colors and bring them in, and then you want to add the plain white highlights on top. So the more shadows you add in and the more details in the eye, the better this is gonna look. I'm gonna go for a very straight anime eyebrow look, and I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in taupe. I think that's not gonna... Just kidding, I am using Gimme Brow eyebrow mascara. Basically draw with it. And I'm extending my eyebrow longer than it really is. The part I've been dreading, shading my nose. We're gonna try and make it even skinnier and taller with some contour. And I'm gonna use the contour kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm gonna go for this middle. Whew. Okay, highlighter. Jeffree Star Skin Frost in the color Ice Cold. So excited. Okay. The end is near, the end is near. What is going on right here? Near. Lips. For the lips, we want to make them basically disappear like an anime girl. Or like me in Phase 1.0. Using a yellow, slightly yellow tinted concealer, because yellow will help cancel out the red a bit better. Pink Break from the 3CE Cosmetics. And I'm gonna do an ombre lip, so I'm just gonna apply it to the center of my lips. For blush, I'm using the Jill Stewart one in the color 01 Baby Blush. Pop it a little bit lower than usual. I'm using Ice Cold again, and I'm just gonna put a slight highlight here in the center of my forehead to create a bigger forehead than I already have. And on my chin to make it longer and pointier. Lastly, I'm gonna add this teardrop liner. I got it at Etude House. It's just a sparkly white. liner, and I'm putting it on top of the highlighted areas just to make it shine a bit more. Now the face tape. I'm gonna add some really strong face glue. It's called Telesis to the back of these papers. So it's gonna stick really, really well. Sticking the wire through. Okay, I'm ready. Whoa, it's really pulling my face. Whoa. All right, we're almost done. I'm just gonna throw on a wig and change my outfit. Yes, I did keep my Japanese high school uniform. Sometimes you gotta spice up the relationship. I'm just kidding. That's what I have Sailor Moon underwear for. Posters of the life surrounding me, lost in a world of fantasy. Every now and again she comes to me and gives me all the love I need. I dream about a girl who's a mix of anime eyes, just a little bit of a thin and taller nose with some non-existent lips. Throw in a jawline that can cut someone. You got the star of Tay-Tay 1.0's dreams. It took me a long time to get here, but it turned out better than I expected. All right, so now it's only right that I try a TikTok song, an anime or Vocaloid song, and the number one I found was this Neko one.
3、2、1嬉しい時にゃんにゃん悲しい時にゃんにゃん怒っててにゃんにゃん眠すぎてにゃん食べながらワンワン3、2、1嬉しい時にゃんにゃん悲しい時にゃんにゃん怒っててにゃんにゃん眠すぎてにゃん食べながらワンワン英語風ににゃんにゃん
That was kind of fun. Let's call Natalie.
Whoa, shit! Why? What? Is that the real eye or what was it?
Can you see?
You got colors on?
Yeah, they like take out my whole eye.
Oh, you know you look like a Bambi.
A what?
Bambi, the deer.
Oh, I was going for an anime or like my final face, Tay-Tay 15,000.
Bambi.
It's already scary when your boss calls you on Saturday because you're like, what the heck? What does she need? What does she want? What's wrong? And then she calls you like this.
like something I don't know what it is.
Alright, have a nice weekend. Now I know you thought we were done here, but we have one more step to achieve our final look, and that is to use an app. We're gonna use Snow, and we're gonna see if we can make this even better. Okay, here we go. Lift. We're gonna lift the jawline. Oh, oh yeah. Let's bring it up. Oh. Oh my god. That is the sharpest jawline I've ever seen. That is kind of terrifying. Let's see what else. Enlarge eyes. Oh my god. Okay. Narrow the nose. Oh no. And this bottom part of the nose. Okay, I think we need to stop. Oh my god. Oh, yes! Finally, my true form is achieved. Alright, this was fun. I'm so happy I did it. Oh my god. It's so tight and lifted, I can barely move my face. Everything's starting to hurt. My face is hurting, my eyes are hurting. I feel like my skin is getting worse by the second because of this wax and like all the chemicals on me. and I'm really hot. But it was all worthwhile because I got to see what this looks like. This is exactly what I was envisioning in my head for so long, and I'm glad it all came to life. To recreate this look, even if it's only the makeup or only the eyes, show me your new face with the hashtag #EpicAnimeMakeup. I'm gonna be checking them out. I have a feeling not many of you guys are gonna try this because it takes a little while, but if you have some time and you're curious to know what you would look like if you were an anime character, it might be worth a shot. At least for the gram or TikTok or something like that. I had a lot of fun actually. I was feeling creative. How long did that take me? I started at 10, it's now 3:30. 5.5 hours, not bad. Saturday well spent. Now's the time I'm gonna do the reverse transformation like those viral Asian videos. So if you wanna see that, head over to my Instagram because I'm gonna put it there, and I will see you guys in my next video. Jenny!